Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of K&B Fishing. Today we are changing it up a little bit. We are going to try to catch something a little bit bigger than a bass.
What?
Crazy, I know. We are heading down to the river. We haven't been down here for a hot minute. I'm really hoping to catch a sturgeon today. Might be wishful thinking on that one, but we brought the big pole as well as my regular jig pole, and we're going to throw tube jigs and night crawlers. So let's get up by that dam and see if we can make something happen. All right, you guys, we are at the first spot going up the river here. We're gonna make our way up towards where the water's coming out of the dam up there. That's where we're gonna be doing mainly our sturgeon fishing up there, because down here, as you can tell, the water's gone down quite a bit since the last time we were here, which was a while ago. But I wanna fish a couple of these pockets and these holes with a black tube jig with red flecks in it. So I'm gonna bounce this around a little bit in a couple of these holes as we go. And then once we get up far enough, we'll just make our way up to the dam. So let's give her a shot. I haven't fished here in a hot minute, so honestly, I don't know what's going on over here. If there's any fish up here right now, or if they've all finished their thing and left, or what. But we're gonna give her a shot. Got one. There we go. There's a good one too. Not a huge one, but a big one. Heck yeah. Look at that. Pretty decent smallmouth bass right there.
Nice.
Heck yeah, nice little river bass. Take those all day. Second cast that was, I believe. We did actually bring fish towels today, girls and boys. Get the slime off. Very important thing to have. Not needed, but nice. That was right in those rocks in front of us here. There's like a little hole here, always has been. So right where the water flows through, like a big current right here in front of me, on the other side of it, there's like scattered boulders, and in between those boulders, it's like deep. And the fish love to be there. Nothing on that one. We'll try closer to the side. There we go. Got him that time. Ooh, a nice one. Really nice bass. Oh, and it came off. No! Dang, dude. That was a really nice one right there, honestly. He didn't bend the hook out, so that's good. He literally went underneath one of these rocks, and as soon as he did that, he pulled the slack out. That was a nice bass, though. That was definitely bigger than the last one we caught. Dang it, dude. Had one. Didn't hook him because I was not ready. Okay, now I'm ready. Little guy. Pulled him right out of his little spot. I'd really like to get my kayak somehow up here, you know, and somehow across, and that way I could fish the other side of the dam. Which I mean, I don't think you're supposed to do that. If I'm being honest, it might be a little illegal. But you know, probably would catch fish. There's one. Little guy. These are the ones I keep missing because they're pretty fast and they're pretty small. So it's pretty easy for them to not only miss the bait, but also grab it and not get the hook. Nice little smallmouth bass there. Ooh, that was a good splop. All right, guys, we are up closer to the dam now. I'm just gonna toss in a couple of the holes next to the side here, and then probably gonna work over by the dam itself and cast some worms in. So I brought I brought some night crawlers, so I'm probably gonna put a bigger hook on my actual sturgeon rod itself, and then put like 2 worms on it probably. Still have yet to see even a single sturgeon tail. Doesn't mean they're not here, but it's definitely making me a little nervous. So we're gonna go up this way by the dam itself for a second. Just want to throw this by it because sometimes you never know. And then we'll come back and start throwing worms out. Throw one right here too. Always throwing the foam. Is it a fish? Might have just been current, I guess, but I don't know. It felt different. Maybe there's like a rounded boulder or something down there that I am just getting caught around the side of it. See, what is that? My hook is not bent out, so it shouldn't be missing. Unless I'm just like bumping sturgeons or something. I don't know what that is. That's so strange. It's like a good little pocket right here. There's 2 little eddies right here. And fish, you know, can kind of stop and sit here for a minute just to get out of this heavy current from the dam itself. God, that just always feels like a fish and I just don't know what it is. Maybe I gotta throw a worm in there. Dude, what the heck? It is like grabbing it, and then when I hook it, there's nothing there. Like I can feel it pulling. The second I hook it, it's just gone. Maybe it's a rock bass. I might have to throw a worm right here. I don't really want to because I feel like over there where the foam is like spiraling more. Got him that time. Smallie. I feel like where the foam is spiraling, that's where the majority of the big fish will be. Little baby smallie there. This is probably what keeps stealing our tube jig. Keeps biting and we just can't catch it because their mouths are so tiny. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go get the big pole and this foam right here that's kind of swirling, this little mini eddy right here. I'm gonna hook some worms on, throw them down right there, and we'll try that for a bit. I'm assuming we're probably gonna catch some smallmouth bass on it, but who knows? All right, you guys, we got our big sturgeon pole all rigged up here. Again, I'm gonna say this as I said it in the beginning, I do not know if we're gonna catch any sturgeon. I have not seen any tails jumping up or swimming around or anything yet, so that kind of, oh, I just literally saw one. Okay, never mind, scratch all that. I just saw a sturgeon jump over there. So we're gonna fish right here for a little bit. I'm gonna throw this worm here. I got 2 night crawlers on, 2 pretty big night crawlers, and I have a swivel, so I have a little leader line here, and then I have a big egg sinker as well. So I'm gonna throw these down, see what's happening over here. If we don't get any sturgeon in like 20-30 minutes, I'm gonna go back over to the foam over here where we first started, because I just saw one jump over there, so that kind of makes me want to run over there immediately. But I've already committed to this. We're gonna fish here for a bit and try it and see what happens. And then, yeah, we'll see if we can catch a sturgeon today. Hopes are very, very high, but you know, it's fishing, you guys. It's not catching, so at the end of the day, I have no idea what's gonna happen. I got bites immediately. Look at that, stole almost all the night crawlers off. Both night crawlers. I just put 2 big juicy ones on and he stole them off. Crazy. Okay. Yeah, I'm betting over here is going to be a lot of little bass and rock bass as well, like little smallmouths, and then rock bass as well. Literally stole that worm off almost immediately. Yep, stole all of it. Okay, we're only gonna put 1 more night crawler on now. 2 is too many. If you want to get the sturgeon's attention, you got to do 2, but if you got little thieves over here, You might want to roll with one. So I'm gonna rig that up quick and then start you guys back up in a sec. Having tons of bites down there. They're just stealing the night crawler off the hook. That's the only problem. Got him that time. That's the culprit. This is it, guys. This is why we are getting all of our worms stolen. That is a nice bluegill right there, actually. I mean, that's pretty decent. That's a hand sizer. You know, that's a good eater right there. We're not keeping any today, obviously, but that's just cool to then finally figure out what's been biting all our worm off. All right, so now that I saw that, I am assuming that there is a bunch of panfish and smallmouth bass, little ones, stacked up right here. And since I don't really have any interest in catching more of those, because if I keep fishing here, that's what's gonna happen, I'm gonna move down over there by the big foam in hopes that we will get a sturgeon bite over there. All right, you guys, I got my sturgeon pole set up here, right here by the foam, drifting in the foam right now. So I'm gonna let this sit, and I'm gonna sit down next to it here and just kind of watch it, because there's no obviously pole holders or anything. It's just sitting on a rock, so if a fish grabs it, it's going. I'm gonna sit next to it and just whip my tube jig here in the foam while I watch this pole, and if something happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I literally saw a sturgeon jump over here, so I'm gonna kind of just sit and hope something happens. I think I just had a bite on the tube jig and I didn't even jig it yet. I just cast it out and it was sinking. Something grabbed it. That was a bass. Definitely not going to be on camera, but that was one. Fishing around the foam is probably the way to go. Yeah, like I said, where we were before, where I caught that bluegill, I could fish there all day and probably, you know, throw worms down there and catch them, catch a bunch of bluegills. But this is where I saw a sturgeon jump, so I'd kind of like to, got one, kind of like to fish this more. Decent smallmouth bass there. Decent one there, if he'll stay still for a second.
Nice.
Got him. Heck yeah. Good thing we got the fish towels. Got him. Another good one. Right in the foam. This one's a little bit bigger than the last one, but not by much. Nice. See, the foam's where it's at, you guys. If you're fishing anywhere, look for the foam. Look for the foam. Honestly, I kind of want to try a Rapala of some kind. All right, guys, I'm putting on a Rapala. Small little one here, silver blue minnow. Might work, might not. Oh. Got him. He came right up and hit the surface. He came off now, but that was crazy. I was literally just taking the Rapala and dancing on the surface over here. He came up and nailed it. Oh. He hit it again. That was crazy. My Rapala's all messed up now. There we go. Just like that. Probably gonna shake off, honestly. See that? I didn't even have to cast. All right, buddy, I got you. I got you. I got you. Little guy. Beep. Should be a better spot there. I just recasted our worm pole here. And I also put the tube jig back on just before I recasted. So we should be good. All right, you guys, we've got 3 big night crawlers on the hook now. I had to retie, mine snapped, so the big pole has 3 big night crawlers all fed up the line, so maybe we'll get some views out of that. Some bites, some taps, you know, whatever's around. Got him that time. Good bass too. Not a monster, but good one. Ooh, this is the biggest bass we've caught so far, guys. Predator right here.
Wow.
Absolute river predator. Look at that thing. This thing is lean, mean, and ready to eat, dude. Ready to eat. And it did. It hit this thing hard. I got a purple tube jig with blue fleck in it. Crushed that thing, man. Also almost cut my thumb with its sharp little pad. Still waiting on bites on the worm pole. That's crazy. I mean, like I said, I could go over there where I caught those bluegills, or that bluegill. I could fish right there and catch a bunch of bluegills and little bass. But I want to catch a sturgeon, so I'm trying to leave it alone for as long as possible. There's 3 big night crawlers on it. Got him that time. Oh, came off. Never mind. Had him for a second. They're all along this rock wall here, just like, I don't know, waiting to ambush bait. I don't even know. Clearly I'm doing something right though, because I'm getting them to bite almost every cast. Well, I might have to go over there after all. I did see a sturgeon jump out here, but I don't think they want what I have. I'm not even getting any like bass or anything on this worm. Well, in an effort to use up these worms, I'm gonna go back over there and just see what I can catch, because I'm gonna be here all day if I don't. Got something. Another bluegill. Another pretty nice one. Kind of use my hand as a point of reference when I catch bluegills, because if you're going to keep a bluegill, you want big ones, you know. There we go. And the big ones, like the ones that are the size of your hand, are the ones that have the perfect size fillets. But I'm not keeping any. Oh my gosh. Oh, and he's back in. I'm not keeping any bluegills today, obviously. I'm trying to catch a sturgeon or you know, any bass really. And I feel like so far we're doing pretty good. We haven't caught any sturgeon yet, obviously, but catching a decent amount of fish. We are going to catch a couple more here, or try to, and then probably going to leave pretty soon here because it is getting pretty hot. And I did not bring sunscreen. It was supposed to be overcast today, which clearly it is not. That is a nice bluegill right there. That is a really nice bluegill, actually. Holy. No sturgeons today, but plenty of bluegills down here, which is strange. Again, escaped. Oh well. feel bad. He's just bouncing off the rocks, but they spike you, you know? They got little spikes in them. Doing my best to hold them, but they're slippery little dudes. Slippery little dudes. Yeah, it's really odd to see bluegills in here. I know that they are, obviously. I've been catching them right now, but it's really odd seeing them in here because, you know, usually when you see a big raging river like this, you'd think, you know, a lot of pike, catfish. Look at, you could maybe barely see the minnows in the river right in front of me here. There's a bunch of minnows. But clearly the bass, those are baby bass, and other fish are all hatched right now. So maybe right now they're all chasing the little fish instead of worms. Got something. Bass. See, all these smallmouth that are down here are eating all these little baby minnows. There's like thousands of baby minnows in there. This one's gonna be tricky to get out. But yeah, there's a lot of baby minnows. And I'm assuming those were all the fry from all this year's fish. There he goes. Gotta wash my hands after that one. He's slimy. But yeah, all these little minnows that I see down here, all these bass are eating them. That's probably why the ones in the foam were so aggressive, because they can get them pretty easy because there's so many of them, you know. So all these fry are probably, you know, bass, pike, you know, shiners, sheephead, all the fish that have spawned this year. All these minnows I'm seeing, they all look similar, so they're probably majority of the same kind of minnow. I'm assuming bass, but you never know. All right, you guys, that might actually be it for this video. It is getting really, really hot out here. All right, you guys, well, we did end up catching a few bass and a couple bluegills, surprisingly. We were trying to go for some sturgeon with the worms, but bluegills always get to that first anyway, so we gave her a shot. I did see one sturgeon jump. It wasn't a real big one, but they're all done spawning up here anyway. It's, you know, end of summer. They're usually in this river all over anyway, just kind of spread out now that they're not spawning anymore. It's pretty difficult to catch them. I haven't really locked that one down yet, but thank you guys very much for joining me, and I will see you guys in the next one.